Hi everyone, Taylor here at Retail Empire, and today we are going to talk about payment terms. Yay, it's the best part of the business. The part when you get paid, you get your money. You just need to know how to get it properly, and you need to know a couple of things before you even start the deal just to make sure that you get paid properly, on time, in full. Opening sign, and we start. Yes, the one and only channel that will tell you everything you need to know about retail. I know that. I checked it. I've looked tons of time for information about retail, how to break through. I had my own products back in 2012, 13, 14, up to 2017 with a brand that was selling very good. And I was wondering, how do I break through to more places, more channels, more stores, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any information. The only single thing I could find, and that was like two or three of them, was paid course. So I was thinking, you know what? I know how to do it. I did it many times, but there might be things that I don't know. I might be missing a couple of points. Who knows? Maybe I can enlarge my business. Why not? So I took one of the courses. I bought it. I was disappointed. Okay? And I don't want by any means to disappoint you. And I want to make sure that if you listen to my content, the free content or the paid content, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are getting from my side, I want to make sure that you are getting the best content on earth, one that you can use and literally make money out of. That's my goal. My goal is to get you more dollars on the table from channels that you probably don't even know that they exist, or if you know they exist, you probably are not sure how to break through, how to work in these channels, how to bring your products. I've seen a lot of brand owners, Amazon sellers, Shopify sellers, dropship sellers. I've been speaking with probably hundreds, if not thousands of them, and they all gave me the vibe eventually that, hey, why would a giant like Costco, like Walmart, like JCPenney, why would they take my products and put it on their shelf? What's the reason? I mean, they work only with the big companies, right? Or other theories I heard was they can produce themselves in China and bring it inside the country, and that's it. The country, I mean the States. Well, that's both of these ideas are false. First of all, most of the 99% of the retailers do not produce in China. They know how hard it is and they don't have the infrastructure for that. Okay, that's the main reason. Yes, we've seen Walmart doing it, sometimes successfully, sometimes not so successfully. I can tell you that I was living in China myself, producing for a couple of brands and a couple of private labels, famous ones as well. Among them was BCBG and Max Azaria, if you know the names. And I've been hearing from a lot of vendors about their relationship with vendor. And to tell you that it was easy for them to work with Walmart, I can't say that. Okay? You get the point, right? And then the other assumption that why would they take my brand with my 5, 10, 15 SKUs rather than, taking it from the big guys? Well, first of all, they want to spread the risk. Because when you, as a company like Costco, for instance, work with a supplier, and let's say that supplier have everything you need, everything that Costco needs in terms of toys section, just for the example, it's a huge risk for Costco to put all the eggs in one basket. That's number one. Number two, the innovative part of small vendors is far better than the big ones, and that's mainly because there's no hard, long process for a small brand to take an idea and turn it into a real product. It's just about doing it, and that's it. You send a couple of emails, you start working on it, you check the molding, you pay for the molding, and then you get it, into the second, third, and final version, and that's it, it's ready. While in big companies, it doesn't work like that. We all know that. If you ever had any experience with big companies, either working with them or for them, you know how long things could take, okay? There are a lot of other reasons, but I'm just giving you ones that popped up in my head. Okay, so today we want to talk about payment terms. Now, allow me to pause for a second and tell you that there's already a couple of purchases in the course that is in the description. It's a Udemy course. It's my course together with Aaron Harbage and Norm Farrar. Both of them are very, very knowledgeable. And I had an amazing trip with both of them to create the course. We have a complete course rolling out soon, but now we have this mini course on Udemy that if you purchase it and drop me an email to the email in the description, you're gonna get 100 email contacts of buyers from your own category. It doesn't matter if your category is toys, food, tea, whatever it is, home decor, you name it. We work in all categories, okay? So yeah, if you want, you can take it. And obviously you're seeing my content here and you see that I'm trying to bring you the best content and the best information that is out there about retail. So you can just imagine what's going to be the mini course like. And if you go to that Udemy link, you're going to see a preview of the first session and you're going to get an idea of and a sense of how the course looks like. And not only that, but you also have all the media, social media links, and just make sure, please, to smash that like button before we go ahead and start. Okay, payment terms. Let's dive into the real thing, into the actual thing. So today I'm not going to share any screen share, any screenshot or anything like that because payment terms are pretty simple, okay? And allow me to divide it between the big boxes, again, Bass Pro, REI, you name it, Tractor Supply, Michael's, Dick's Sporting Goods, it doesn't matter. All these chain stores that have like 20 stores and above, and I'm saying 20 is the smallest, right? Like you literally have companies in the States with 16,000 stores, okay? The Dollar Tree, check on them. And Dollar General is also huge. And I'm talking about these chain stores that with them, the payment terms is a little bit more complicated. That's an information you can find in the mini course. But when it comes to the moms and pop stores, it's pretty simple, okay? And you have to wrap it up before you get an order. It means that once they place an order, before they place the order, when they show an interest in your product and they want to go ahead and move forward into an order, if they don't bring the payment term into the table, if they don't speak about it or mention it, then you need to do so. Okay, you need to know how are you going to get to be paid. One of the more popular ways of getting paid when it comes to small orders, and bold this out, small orders, not for big orders. When I say small, I mean somewhere between $500 to up to $4,000 or $5,000 of an order. Okay, it doesn't matter the quantity, because if you're selling them 2 sofas, it's probably going to be like 200 small kits of whatever swing art and craft, right? Items. Anyway, so you're gonna want to discuss the payment terms, and the payment terms that is popular and usually agreed is full payment before shipment. Okay, now you're gonna ask, wait a second, how would they pay me before they even get one piece from me, right? Well, you're right. You have to build the trust with them. You have to show them samples, give them all the details of your company. You have to give them everything that they need. From the other hand, if they don't feel secure enough to send you a credit card information for a small order, you can try to build it step by step. And what is step by step? Okay, let's say that you're telling them, okay, it's net plus 2 days. Net plus means that the net plus is when the goods arrives into their warehouse, their facility, their store, whatever it is. The address on the purchase order. There's an address, you ship it. Once it's hit their location, this is when you're going to start counting. If it's net plus 2 days. Net plus 50 days. Okay? There is no 50 days in moms and pop stores, but I'm just saying because you're going to run into such terms if you're going to work with the giants, okay? The big boxes. Now, another method is to tell them that you are collecting their credit card information and you're going to charge them once they get the goods. And it's written in a contract, it's written in the purchase order, and the purchase order is considered as a contract. It's a chapter in the purchase order. If you want to see how a purchase order looks like and go into a bit more details, again, the mini course is showing you everything about it. And you can click on the Udemy link and take a quick look at it and see if this is something you're interested in. Now, going back to our example. So this is one method. If you trust them and they trust you, there should be no reason why you can't ship the goods to them and get paid a couple of days after the goods arrives. Couple of days could be 3, 4, 5, maximum 1 week. Do not agree to anything that is more than 1 week. Okay, this is what is very standard in the moms and pop stores payment terms area. Okay, now pay attention that if they are paying you upfront or a couple of days after the goods arrives, that means that you need to also know how are they going to pay. If it's a credit card, it's perfect. You know exactly what you are expecting, you know what's the rate, and you know what's the percentage your credit card or their credit card is going to charge on this deal. But if it's FTP, no, what am I saying? Not FTP, EFT, I'm sorry. So there's a bank wire, there's a couple of different bank wires. You can find everything on Google. I don't want to talk about this, but what I want to say is that there's a bank wire option, which is better than credit card because the charges are lower. From the other hand, keep in mind that when it's a bank wire, at least as of today, when we still see slow bank wires, it could take 1 or 2 business days, okay? It's off topic, but we all know that once the big companies and the big banks and central bank as well in the States are going to implement digital way to transfer money, just like, crypto platforms and blockchains and stuff like that, XRP for instance, or XLM or SUI, SUI, then it's gonna be a complete different story because you're gonna see the wire in a second and there will be no issue for you once you see the wire to send them the goods. But keep in mind a very important, the most important part. You have to make sure that everything is written in the purchase order. Now, since it's moms and pop stores, they are sending you a purchase order that you can edit. You can take that PDF, Word, whatever file it is, and add anything you want, send it back to them, say, hey, I've been editing the payment term as per our email correspondence. Can you please sign it and send it back to me? It's very, very common to do it. It's acceptable. Okay? So if I need to sum up the payment terms, and again, pay attention, this is moms and pop stores payment terms. This is not valid to anything else. It's not valid to the big boxes, giants, all this, CVS, Walgreens, big stores. It's only for moms and pops stores. Just a reminder, specialty stores is also a name, but just as a reminder, it's a standalone stores or maximum 2 or 3 stores, okay, like a family business. So to sum it up, you need, in most of the cases, to make sure that you get paid before you ship the goods. And if you are shipping the goods and getting paid afterwards, make sure that the maximum days after the goods landing in their side is 7 days, not more than 7 days, then you're going to get paid. Last and most important part, some of the businesses, not many of them, but some of them are still paying by check. Yes, you heard me right, check. I know it's old school. It sounds so unreal, but it is something that exists and you have to make sure that you know that. Why is it important? Let me give you an example. I had a deal, a nice one. I think it was around 60 or 70,000 dollars with Menards. Now Menards is a retailer with around 340 stores. Okay, and I didn't bring that in my calculation, but when we got to the payment part, they asked what's the address for the check, and then I was like, oh, I totally forgot about it. Menards works with checks. And you're not talking about moms and pop store, which is a small store that you can deal with. You can talk with them, say, hey, can you do a bank wire? Can you give me a credit card or something like that? You're talking about a huge organization of 340 stores, okay? So anyway, what happened in that case is that they wanted an address, but the vendor was not a US vendor. He had a company in the US, but the address of his company was a virtual address. Eventually, he gave them an address of his accountant and solved the issue. Okay, luckily. If not, I don't know what could have happened. But anyway, we would solve it. But it's just a matter of more, just a little bit more headache. Not a bit, by the way. Now, if you are a vendor not from the States and worried about it, keep in mind. First of all, you can charge credit cards from anywhere in the world. Anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in Australia, in India, in China, wherever you are, as long as you have a credit card, you can charge it. Of course, there's some issues if it's a debit or not debit card, I know, but put that aside. In 95% of the cases, you will be able to charge the credit card in your system. And if you don't have a system to do so, then you need to do some homework on that, but that's completely out of the discussion that we're having here. Okay, you should have a way to charge a credit card as a business, even a small one. And there was another point that I wanted to mention. So when you're asking for credit card details, don't expect them to just drop the numbers and CV and the code and everything in the email, but you should send them like a Word document where there's like your company logo, credit card authorization, subject, and then you have credit card number, space for that, space for expiry date, space for CVV code, everything. Okay, they would feel more secure, and you would be more secure when it comes in a file rather than inside the email. Okay, and then even if you have it, you need to use it only once. You cannot use it in the second, third, or whatever order coming in later on if you don't, before you get a confirmation from them. You cannot just use it automatically, because there is no subscription model involved in here. It's a one-time payment. And basically, I believe that in some states, according to the law, you need to even delete the file and remove it from your folders. Okay? So to sum it up, payment terms should be very easy. Credit card, bank payment. Be aware of the option that might pop up of a check, which is not really convenient, not the best thing on earth. And I hope and I want to hear from you guys in the comments, in email, in social media, in the WhatsApp. I'm getting tons of WhatsApp messages after those YouTube lives, and it's so exciting. It brings me a lot of energy and it gives me a push to create more and more content about this moms and pop store topic and other topics in retail as well. So I would love to hear that you succeeded, you got your first purchase order and got paid for it. And for any question, drop us an email. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that button, and help us to grow the channel. We have around 2,000 followers. If we get to somewhere around 5 to 10,000 this year, I would be flying through the roof, and I'm going to start doing giveaways in the live sessions because it's helping me boosting my channel. Thank you everyone for listening to me today. I'm Taylor Offer from Italy Empire. Have a lovely day.